I'm Diane Marie Collins, and you have entered the DM Zone. Today, my guest is Bob Boze Bell, who is the founder of True West magazine.
That's not quite true.
No?
I'm
Well,
not
then,
the founder.
welcome. Okay.
This is a magazine I read as a kid.
Ah.
And it was founded in 1953 by Joe Small
Oh, my
in
goodness.
Austin, Texas. And when the Westerns were in their full bloom,
in the
this
50s,
this was the magazine I read it, and I used to buy it at Desert Drug in downtown Kingman, and I would just read it voraciously every issue because it told the true stories of the American West.
Which is the name True West, right?
That's
All
right.
So now we're going to fast forward from the time you were a child. How did you get involved in it then? Because I always think of it as your magazine.
Well, thank you. I would see it from time to time as I grew up, went to college, and I would be in a Circle K, and I'd see it, and it was in decline. It was still being published on pulp paper. And because it came out of that era when the pulp, the True Detective and True Crime and stuff, and True West.
Sure.
And so it was still being published on pulp, and I would see it over there kind of, and
languishing.
in the back of the magazine rack.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, I could do something with that if I had a chance. And in 1999, it came up for sale. And two crazy friends of mine and myself flew to Guthrie, Oklahoma, where it was by then.
Still being published.
Still being published in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Limping along.
And we bought it and paid way too much money for it, and brought it to Arizona in Cave Creek. And I knew I owned it when one day 3 moving vans pulled up, and they wanted a cashier's check for $12,342.
Okay.
I'm in the publishing business. I've been writing checks ever since.
Well, but you've kept true, pardon the pun, but to the original, and it is to me fascinating. I read the articles in the newspaper, but the magazine is just so in depth. Where do you get all your information?
Well, it helps to know some of the best researchers in the fields, in the disciplines. And in our field, that's history, and that's some people are experts on the OK Corral. The person that knows the most about Billy the Kid lives in England.
Oh my goodness.
In Chalfont, St. Giles, England, as a matter of fact. Frederick Nolan.
Okay.
And he's our guy, and we go to him and we say, we've got a proposal for an article on Billy the Kid. How did he really die? And he says, well, this is wrong, this is wrong. Of course, none of these guys agree.
Correct.
But we know the right people so that we can kind of figure out which way we're going to go on something. So that's the secret.
That's how you bring it, is experts in having contact and knowing how to reach them. Okay, now we are at the WAA, and this is the first time you have come, and you are our Master of Ceremonies. I can't tell you how exciting that is. So what does the WAA mean to you in relationship to True West?
Well, we have an old saying in our, at the magazine, and that is, if we don't support each other, who will?
Correct.
And so if anybody's trying to do anything Western or try to keep history alive or the heritage or tradition, we're about supporting that. And I've known Ed for quite some time, and he supported us, and I thought, well, at least I can do is come down there and support them. Besides, I'd never been to Dallas. I'd never been to this part of Texas.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is a thrill for me to be here on the campus. And boy, what an incredible place this is, that everybody is so excited about us being here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in Scottsdale, it gets a little jaded and people are like, yeah, okay, another show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't get that here.
No, and in fact, when you talk about Scottsdale, they're trying to leave their Western heritage. They want to get rid of the facades of the old Western buildings, and they want to be more modern. And so you're right, if we're going to keep the West alive, which is part of the WAA's mission, is to keep anything Western and our tradition and the heritage alive through the art, then it is a good fit for True West.
Well, exactly. And the other thing I like about the Western artists is that they're expanding the notion, because everyone knows that the Cowboy Artists of America is in Phoenix, and they're just a men's organization. Western Artists has females. I admire that. I think that's edgy and new. Imagine that, treating women. No, anyway. And then second is that they're expanding what the subject matter is.
Correct.
And I think that's something I want to be part of, because it's different, and it's, you know, there's an old saying that if you're going to get up on the ladder, you got to get past all the people at the foot of the ladder.
Foot of the ladder, right.
And so many people are doing just the same old thing, and that's what I love about what Western artists are doing.
Is where it's going. I think what you're saying is that there are so many times that you can see a cowboy climbing up on a horse and back off a horse, and he didn't do that all by himself. There were either fields around him, or there were other ranch hands, or maybe there was, and there's just other things, other subject matter. And by allowing this year, I think landscape is one that's really been expanded into, sculpting. And I like the fact that we are a diverse group. They have people of color, both men and women, and that is part of the West.
Yeah.
And that is true West.
Right. And it was like my mother said, always said, behind every successful man is a surprised woman.
Well, I think your mother would be very proud, because True West to me is a great success, and we're so pleased that you're here this year. And we hope that you make it a new tradition for the Western Artists of America.
That this may happen.
Oh, we'd love it. Well, thank you for visiting with me. You
My
take
pleasure.
care. Oh, I know what I want to get through.
What's that?
Give me a website for True West.
TrueWestMagazine.com.
Okay.
You can also do it short version, twmag.com.
All righty. Well, we'll get there.
All right.
Thank you. And you have been in the DM Zone. Come back soon.